Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to look at the horoscope of Sam Bankman-Fried, who is the CEO of the crypto firm FTX. Sam is allegedly involved in a fraud running into billions of dollars. Some say that this fraud could be as big as the Enron fraud that happened, in 2000s. Okay, Sam, if you see, is relatively young, and he's in his late 20s. Okay, his date of birth is March 6th, 1992. Right, so it's a very young guy. He starts this firm, FTX, and highly successful, and almost becomes a rock star. Right, his net worth zooms to multi-billion dollars very, very quickly. Okay, and the fraud, from what is stated in the media, involves transfer of funds. Okay, the illegal transfer of funds from his company FTX to his girlfriend's company Alameda Research. Okay, so there is a woman involved, there is fraud. Okay, and if you see his horoscope, the fraud, when it happened, when he became successful, it is Venus Rahu. Okay, what is this Venus Rahu? For people who are not familiar with the Indian system of astrology, we follow the dasha system. Okay, that is the chart, but we also rely on the Vimshotri dasha. That is, at certain points of time in one's life, certain planets have an undue influence. Okay, so there are different time periods in one's life when a particular planet plays a very important role. Okay, the planet dominates that individual. So if you look at Sam's horoscope, right, during July 2019 to July 2022, this 3-year period, he was running Venus Dasha and Rahu Bhukti. Okay, if you really see, Venus is very strong in his horoscope. Okay, Venus is super strong. V denotes Venus. Venus is very strong in his horoscope. Okay, Venus gets exalted in this position. So Venus is close to the exaltation point. Okay, and Venus is in trine with Venus is together with Saturn. Right, Venus and Saturn is seen in a lot of business people. Okay, and where this element of fraud comes in. Okay, Rahu is the planet of deceit. Okay, no fraud can ever happen in the world without the involvement of Rahu. Okay, that's a key thing to note. Wherever there is fraud in this world, Rahu will be there. Okay, because this is the planet of deceit, and he was, in the Venus Rahu period, during which the alleged transfer of money from his firm to FTX to Alameda Research happened, because Alameda Research, lost lots of money. Right? He did not have authorization to transfer the money, because when you're running an organization, you are collecting money from individuals, right? Because this is a crypto firm. He's supposed to invest only in his firm, right, or the related activities. He has no business to transfer, those money to another company, right? It so happens that it is his girlfriend's company, but in the eyes of the law, that is definitely illegal, and much of that money, is lost. Nobody knows what has happened. Okay, and the process he adopted to transfer the money, that is also questionable. He created some coins which do not have any value, so it's clearly a case of fraud. It is an intentional act. It was not an unintentional act. So all intentional acts of deceit, which is what we call as fraud, definitely Rahu is there. Okay, without Rahu, such a thing cannot happen, and that's what has happened in the case of SBF as well. Okay, SBF is Sam Bankman-Fried. We are calling his long name as SBF, the short form. Okay, so Venus Rahu is what did, and if you see, his next period is Venus Jupiter. Okay, if you see, Venus and Jupiter are in 6-8 relationship. Okay, what is this 6-8 relationship? If you see, you count from Jupiter, Venus is in 6th position. If you count from Venus, Jupiter is the 8th position. Whenever planets are in 6-8 position, it is always tricky. Okay, it's not a pleasant period at all. Venus Dasha, Jupiter Bhukti. Venus and Jupiter are opposite ends of the spectrum. So his Venus and Jupiter is going to be very, very troublesome, which is what he has gotten himself into now, right? So he's been arrested, 2 days back. So he's looking at a time with police, judiciary, regulators, and everyone. Okay, so his period is not good now. And if you look at the transits, we follow the Indian astrology, right? So Saturn is here by transit. Saturn is here in Capricorn. Come January, this Saturn is moving to Aquarius. Okay, remember I said this is Indian astrology, Western astrology. The the transits could follow somewhat different path. Okay, so Saturn is moving from Capricorn to Aquarius, and this is your Aquarius, right? Sun is sitting there. Okay, Sun is sitting there, and there is also something called BB. If you can see this clearly, BB is Brigu Bindu. Okay, it's a sensitive point in one's horoscope. Everyone will have it. It's a sensitive point. Whenever Saturn touches, life-changing event happens. Okay, and Saturn is going to cross Sun. Sun is government. Okay, Sun denotes authorities. Is Saturn is going to cross that. Saturn denotes, people who are into business and everything, okay, among other things. So definitely he is in for trouble, both from a transit perspective and also from Vimshotri Dasha perspective. Okay, so that's how his horoscope is. Okay, if you really see, his Mercury is debilitated. Okay, his Mercury is debilitated, but his moon is extremely malefic. What do you mean by malefic moon? That means it is just come out of the dark moon. 2 days before SBF was born, you have the dark moon period, right? We call it as Amavasya in Indian astrology. Okay, that is when sun and moon are together. Whenever moon is in Amavasya or closer to Amavasya, moon is supposed to be malefic, not good. Okay, and Mercury is debilitated. So it gives a fertile mind to commit not so good things in life, right? So Mercury is debilitated, you combine it with a malefic moon, and during the Dasha of Venus Jupiter, okay, a woman is involved, his girlfriend, and during the Rahu sub period, the fraud happens. Okay, and after this, right, he has enjoyed lots of money, during this period, Venus Rahu. But the next one, 6-8, he has to face the music. And transit wise also, Saturn is going to meet Sun. Okay, so things are not looking good for him. But fact of the matter is, a big fraud was committed. So many people lost money, right? So you can see the influence of multiple planets. Jupiter, there is the debilitated moon, there is the debilitated Mercury, and the malefic moon. Okay, so that's what I wanted to cover in today's video. I will see you in another video.